Hey, friends, it is Moses T. Alexander Green, and I did not get a chance to get home. We just wrapped up a program here at work, but I absolutely am so excited to see you again this week. Last week, we had Janine Ware, who plays Ada, and Shannon Morrison, who plays Thias, and we examined the mother daughter relationship. Today, I have two more cast members new to La Vie Mahab's Pool, and we are going to explore how maleness and specifically how Black maleness is being portrayed. You can see at the bottom that our tickets are actually selling. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's going out and purchasing tickets. We received a group sale today for more than 50 tickets, 55 tickets, I think it was. So I want to say thank you and we will sell out. So please don't wait. My first guest is an actor I met about this time last year in where were we? We were in Fort Worth, Texas. All right, I'm gonna take off my glasses. I'm trying to read. We were in Fort Worth, Texas, and there's an action that he made in the midst of. There's a choice. We call it a choice. It's a choice that this actor made in the midst of rehearsal, and the choice was so perfect for the character that some part of me knew we would work together again. And I know I said that to him when I was leaving Fort Worth. And so I'd like to invite for all of you to meet Dominique Hunter. Dominique Hunter from Fort Worth, Texas. Please welcome him.
Yo, how you
Dominique,
doing, boss?
how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, real briefly, let's talk about this time last year. This time last year, we were rehearsing the play.
Mm.
And I remember your audition, and you actually, and I shared this afterwards, you actually were up for the main character, the protagonist, Delson, and then you ended up with the role of Wayne Anthony in your hall. And so I want to know, tell everyone what your process was like to become Wayne Anthony and your hall.
First of all, I got to start off with saying that I think that the script is a masterpiece. Man, it's insane. So reading through the script and studying that character, I didn't realize just how much I identified with this person. So a lot of the acting that went on and things like that, a lot of the choices that I made, I think were just kind of natural choices. Just
Okay.
thinking about okay, how would I respond? How would I have responded if this happened, to me, or just, what's the persona that I carry, and how does that connect to this person? So, uh, fortunately, it wasn't too difficult to
Okay.
kind of get into character.
So talk to me about, I want to jump to Wayne Anthony.
Mm.
Wayne Anthony says he's teetering between this whole idea of not good enough, not bad enough. And there's this continuum that he, as a Black man, faces. And so I'm interested in, since it was not that hard, how is that similar to Dominique? And then what was the challenge in portraying Wayne Anthony?
Man, it's the constant struggle between trying to live up to your own expectations and uh, subconsciously trying to live up to others' expectations on your life. So many people, they expect so much and they want to see things transpire in your life. And, the slightest mistake could make you feel like I'm just not good enough. Like if it can be a small disagreement or it can be a small conversation, but those couple of words of dissatisfaction can really take you to a low place. Making you feel like you're inadequate. That you can't fulfill what it is that you really want to.
Do you think that Black men face that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny because I was literally having that conversation today where was kind of sharing. It was a moment. I won't even go into it, but it was pretty much, me sharing, the weight of manhood and just how easy. Or first of all, I'll start with how much is expected of us, and a lot of times you really just want to feel appreciated, and you want to feel like your efforts and everything that you're doing is valued, and that you're valued as a man for who you are, not just for what you do. So no, I definitely do believe that men deal with that.
Okay. And your character is now divorced. And what I love about your choices, and again, as I said last week, as a director, I meet with every single cast member, whether it's a featured role or it's a supporting or ensemble swing, and I'm interested in their choices. And you gave Wayne Anthony a history, and tell the audience about the history that you gave Wayne Anthony and how that then informed your choices.
Oh yeah, what I say, uh, 10 years of marriage. Got married shortly after college. So when he was about 22, 23 years old when he got married, young, really in love with the wife, Tracy. Really in
He
love,
even
really,
named her. He
really in
even
love.
named her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Had to give her a name, Tracy. Oh, my
That's right.
baby Tracy. Now, yeah, Tracy, man. Just going through that, and the roller coaster of their relationship, and them trying to, um, you wanting to grow and evolve as a human, and a lot of times you make mistakes. You're maturing. You don't really know how to handle different situations in your life, and you know, commonly, unfortunately, like we mishandle situations, and that ultimately led to the divorce and him trying to pick up the pieces, or trying to I guess reaching for other things like work and things like that to kind of numb the pain of that divorce. So that was kind of
That's
fun.
right.
My imagination is already crazy as is. So
And so here's the thing: as a writer, and as like writer and director,
mm,
the writer in me, I have to know, and we did this exercise when I was in Texas.
mhm,
What's in your refrigerator is going to be different than what's in Grandma Rose's refrigerator is going to be different than, and that's my Grandma Rose right there behind me. That's going to be different than what's in Grandma Doll's refrigerator or Wood or any other characters. So taking on a character, when I asked you, I said, "What's your wife's name?" And you were like, "Tracy." You can't tell me you were married for 10 years and you didn't know your wife's name. And so you gave her a name, you gave yourself a story, and all of that informed how you play that character. Now, I've got to say, if there was another character that I could play, it would be Yahal. I think Yahal is the most complicated, he's one of the most complicated characters that I think I've seen on stage. And he reminds me a lot of Sarge in A Soldier's Play, which is like my favorite play of all time.
mm.
And so, what got you this role is how you played and took direction for Yahal. So, can you tell people, one, how you spell your name, Yahal, and tell everyone something about Yahal, and then finally, how is Yahal different than Wayne Anthony?
Yahal spelled YA''AL. I can't stop laughing at how many times I've heard y'all. Hey y'all. No, it's Yahal.
Yahal, that's right.
But um this guy Yahal is interesting. Like myself, grew up in the church background, so you saw a lot of things in church. Um, Fortunately for me, I saw enough good to make me want to stay in church. But I understand that that's probably not everybody's story. But Yahal, coming from that background, saw some things that kind of he didn't really like. So it was fun, kind of identifying with him, and him trying to put up this shield or facade that he's good, when really, he's hurting, and he kind of really doesn't know how to express that. So I think that's the complex part about Yahal.
How is he different than Wayne Anthony? Because in your version, like tell them about Wayne Anthony. Um, yeah, tell them about Wayne Anthony.
So Wayne Anthony, I think, is and Wayne Anthony is this outgoing guy, driven guy. He has a mission. He's not just casually going through life. He's one that he sets a goal and he go gets it. He doesn't sit around and wait. And he's one of those, fast paced, fast moving guys really all about his business and all about making progress. And Yahal, you know, he has some resentment. He doesn't really know how to uh, deal with the pain of
Mhm.
or the deal with the trauma that he's experienced, as opposed to Yahal. You know, I'm pretty sure at some point, not Yahal, but Wayne Anthony, at some point, you know, there is some confusion with the trauma that you face, but you know, not as easy to give up. You know, control Wayne Anthony, that is, controls himself a lot better when he's having an emotional moment. Yahal, uh, not so much so. Your hall will probably blow up on you. He'll
Okay.
definitely blow up on
And so I don't want to judge trauma. Okay. So
you.
in this iteration of the script, Wayne Anthony is a graduate of what university?
Howard.
Wayne Anthony, since we're going to the DC area, Wayne Anthony is a graduate, he's a doctor, and then on the weekends, he's a community barber. So, how do you? I understand my purpose as a playwright. My purpose is to show the many different, not hats, but the many different coats that Black men wear in life. How are you going to approach it so that we could see that this highly intelligent doctor has this reach with the community?
It's me for me. It's understanding his heart. I mean, think about
Mhm.
everything he's doing, from a doctor to a barber, to the nonprofit organization that he has. It's all a service. So obviously, he has a heart for people and for his community, and really uh, takes it seriously to give back and to be accessible in that way for others to, you know, reach out to him and pull on him and pick his brain for anything that they need. So he's always open to that. Approaching that is it's really simple. It's compassion. It's
Mhm.
love. It's understanding. It's forgiveness. You know, knowing that we all have done some boneheaded things in our lives, and though I may feel disappointment in a moment, I can't necessarily stay there. I gotta pull myself out of that disappointment and understand, hey, you still have a future, you know. And I think that's the part I really love about Yahal. He's always
Okay.
willing to give regardless.
Okay. Okay. I'm not ready now to talk about his trauma. I think I'm not sure if I want to say that, but I will say we're going to go to the other actor. Please stay on. I will say that there is a conversation, there is a recounting between Wayne Anthony and his sister Rusis. No, between Yahal and his sister Rusis. Uh, Act two, Scene three, Act two, Scene four. And I gave Dominique and the actress who was playing in Fort Worth, Denise, I gave them direction. And I will say that direction consistently, the timing of it, it is actually one of my new favorite moments of the play. It's not something how it was directed before. And so I, as both playwright and now director, I can't wait for you to see how Yahal and his sister really talk about what their lives were like outside of the church. And so Dominique Hunter from Fort Worth, Texas, I'll be right back with you. Thank you for being here. I now want to bring up an actor whose name is Orlando Eric Street. Orlando has television credits, film credits, and stage credits. So, producer, let's bring Orlando on. Orlando,
Hey,
hey,
little bro. Hey, little
how
bro.
hey, how are you? It's
What's
good to
going
see you.
on?
All right.
Man, it's great to see you.
Uh, so one, this is what ends up happening. I'm on the phone with Janine, who you all met last week, and I was just like, you know who Wood is. I need a character. I need an actor to play the character. Literally, she makes one call. We speak, he and I both in transit. He comes to one rehearsal. So I want to talk to you about the rehearsal process.
Uh-huh.
Because your yes came right after. Your yes was pretty strong in that first call, and then it came in that first rehearsal. So Why did you say yes to this role, not knowing anything about the production, or even me, just a referral from Janine? Why did you say yes? And then also introduce yourself, man.
Uh, I'm Orlando Eric Street. Glad to be a part of Pooled. Um, I said yes, fairly easy because when I read the script and the script was so amazing, and then I was I was in the audition process and reading my lines for my character Wood, and then when I was on there, everybody on there was absolutely amazing, and I was like, oh my God, like, ugh, I want to be a part of this right here because I know that I'm going to be able to get some nuggets from everybody else. But the play itself had some great just messages after messages that were just fulfilling to me that I want to be a part of, to share that, to give back to give back to everyone. I'm used to doing roles where it's either like comedy or some type of violence or drama and stuff. So this was an opportunity to actually feed someone's soul. So I was like, I hope they pick me. I'm a little nervous, but and my character is so it's and I'm still like working with my character because I'm learning more and more about him as I read it on, and I'm loving where he's coming from, and I love where he's going to end, and I'm not going to give too much on it, but this is like this is going to be, some acting chops is going to have to take place. I've talked to my acting coach about it, because and we're going back and forth on it. Obviously listen to the director's directions on it, but man, we kind of build a backstory on it and everything, so it's coming along. But I mean, the play is just extremely well written. The people are just absolutely amazing, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Well, I will say that it was Orlando's portrayal in that very first table read, um, that caused me to go back and tweak some things for Wood. Just your approach. I've said this to you in rehearsal. Your approach to Wood, it made me realize, was I writing Delson and Wood based on um, my particular thoughts of how Delson and Wood should be, or was I listening to the characters? And I do think that anyone who's seen the show, the end of Act One, that scene with Delson and Wood, and the beginning of, I think that all of Delson and Wood's scenes and Rose and Wood's monologue, if you will, in Act Two, there has not been, even on a Zoom, and that's why I really want to encourage anyone who has had to pivot and learn what the audition process is on Zoom and have rehearsals. The emotions are still there. So can we go emotional, Orlando?
All right, you want me to go emotional
No, no,
right
no, no,
now,
no, 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 no. I
or
don't want
did
you to
you?
do it. No. Can
Okay.
we, when you've done the part, sometimes we can see
Oh,
strong emotions coming.
mhm.
And then, so can you talk about what that is for you as an actor learning this piece?
Well, I try to get into Wood's character before I get together with you guys to do a read and rehearsals and stuff. So, and I try to be Woods the whole time before and everything, and I try not to read it too much because, when I get into it, you know, the way it's written, how the words come out, and I told you this before. I said, man, I'm about to start crying right now. I don't want to cry right now. So then the second time we got together, I said, you know what? I'm just going to let it all out because I want to get that feel of it, and so the second time by the words, and you changed up some things in there, and again, I don't want to give away too much on it, and and I can say this: it's a battle about him loving himself, him loving his family, him trying. It's just he's doing this number here the entire time, and and it just came out like it's, and I just was like, I can't hold this back right now. And so the last time we got together, I was like, dear Lord, I was I was trying so hard. I was like, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in right now. Save these for when we go on stage. Save these. And it just like came on out. And then I realized that when I go into it, it's going to happen like every time, every single time, because the feeling from the words, and you painted such a beautiful picture. Like I could almost smell this the atmosphere, and I was just like, I'm here, I'm in there. All the other characters, you feel everybody, and I was like, oh, here I go, I'm in here. Let me just let it all out.
So you're the one that said in rehearsal, when we finally get a chance to be in person, we have no idea what that is going to feel like. In a couple of weeks, we have Tamika Law singing the new song I wrote for Callie, One Day of Strength. And I actually, when I review rehearsal, I look at each one of you, and every time she sings that, literally, you can see people vacillating between themselves, like, it just don't make any sense. And then you can see them trying to say their characters. And I think that you were right. When we finally get a chance to be in the same space, and I remember I once heard a very wise artistic director say that theater is the only space where the audience and the actors are breathing the same air. When the audience is breathing the same air and they're getting the revelations that your character has, that my character has, that Wayne Anthony and your Hall have, all at the same time, I have made, so as you've been practicing, I've made it a habit now to make sure that I stay on that stage and that I don't really look at the audience, because I can just imagine the way that scene is written now. I don't think there's going to be a dry eye in that. I don't think that there'll be a dry eye, or I think that there will be brothers that be like, like.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, like just, yeah, and then we go to intermission. Let's talk about your history in television and film. So tell people some of the projects that you, and I know like we could use the entire rest of the time talking about your projects, but tell them about your projects, bro.
I did a project called He Watches Over Me. That's now on Amazon. I actually directed that film that stars Golden Brooks and myself. It's a very good spiritual film and everything on how to forgive and stuff. It's a really good movie. I think so. I did another film that I'm proud of that's coming out. It's actually another. It's a faith. And I,
So I'm not sure. Is that my camera or his camera? Producer, let me know what's going on.
that was weird.
Hey, it's technology, and we're live, and we got it. So you did another project. We got you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, now you sound like some slow motion. Do I sound fine right now?
Right now we have.
Okay, well, great.
So you're talking about your second project.
The second project I did was called Do You Remember? I could barely hear you right now.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Dominique back. So hey, Dominique, can you hear me okay, or am I
Yeah,
off a little bit?
I got you.
Okay, so we're going to let now I'm forgetting his name. Now we're gonna let Orlando Wood get through that, then we'll bring him back. I didn't ask you. Let's talk about emotions. You got a chance to do the show there, and then you've also been in rehearsals with us. What is that like for you? And you may be the youngest person in the cast, I think, Dominique. I'm quite sure. So what is that like for you?
Being the youngest, I honestly, it's not new to me just because, all my life I was kind of around older people a lot. So I, trying to pick up the old slangs or the old sayings and things like that. So I'm used to being the
Okay.
youngest in the room.
And emotionally, how do you because you've been in those same rehearsals, seeing those same
Mhm,
scenes, and I think that again, I think your scene with your sister Rusis, that when you're Hall, I think that is an emotionally charged scene. How do you balance all of that?
Man, there were a lot of days leaving rehearsal, or to be honest, I'm pretty sure you remember a lot of days in rehearsal. We took a moment and just had to step away from the script for a moment, and those were just great moments of release. But the emotional aspect of it, me preparing for those roles and studying those characters, it was a lot. It was a lot. More specifically, I don't know what it is about y'all, but that one tugged on me. That
Yeah,
one really tugged on me,
yeah,
and I remember doing that, and there was just honestly there was some genuine frustration there. I don't know how far I can go into it, so I'm not gonna go too deep
yeah.
into it, but it was some
You mean to
genuine
talk about his
frustration.
trauma or the job, the his
Yeah, yeah,
specific
yeah.
trauma?
Yeah, yeah, his specific trauma, what he and
Okay.
his sister went through.
Let's
Um,
let them pay their 37 and
yeah,
42 of the group price. Let's not give
yeah,
everything away.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna play it
Yeah,
safe
yeah.
and leave it alone.
Okay. So, is Orlando back? Because I'm almost ready. Um, if he's not back, okay. So, quick question for you. You also are the understudy. You're also the understudy of Delson. So, one, wow, what a check, because we can't give you three roles. But what is that like to take on the main character? And again, you already know, I told you, I hope that you don't get a chance, but we're at a place where anything can happen, and life has shown me anything can happen, and we absolutely have to be prepared. So, what is that like for you to also have the weight of not just Black manhood, as you said earlier, the weight of manhood, but being the one that carries the show in some aspects?
Fun. I love the challenge that comes with it. It's really fun, and just preparing um, for that lead role. Like you just said, we don't know what to expect. Anything could happen,
Yeah,
but just the preparation that goes into that. It's fun. It's fun. You put a lot of there's a lot of different pieces, a lot of moving pieces in that, and it's everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own unique experience, and um, just kind of transitioning from your Hall and Wayne Anthony and to that lead role. It's fun because I love a challenge, but I have to say that's the heaviest. Not the amount of lines, not that, but just the
yeah,
weight of what his story is.
yeah.
That's the heaviest
Yeah.
of the
Well,
three.
well, I would also say to you that after I direct it now, then my godmother, Broadway veteran, Broadway co-producer, Broadway producer, Valencia Yearwood, she takes over directing it. The weight, I promise you, but this is why we bring her in. My godmother's going to make sure that whoever is in whatever role that they are top notch. And so my brother, it could easily be. She'd be like, "No, Dominique is better. I could easily be your Hall open night because we want to make sure that the story is served at the end of the day. So I want to see if uh, let me find out, is Orlando out for good? All right. Well, hey everyone. Orlando, is he back? Hey.
I am back. I don't know what happened there. Like I'm looking at, I have my full bars and everything. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So we talked about the emotion. Janine Ware, who referred you, Janine, forever indebted. She says that scene was so powerful. Um, and let's bring, if we can get all three of us, let's bring Wayne Anthony back. So let's have some fun. What's one thing that you like about your character, and one thing that what's one thing you like about your character, and one thing that you don't like? Dominique, one thing you like about Wayne Anthony.
Wayne Anthony, I'm gonna have to say what I said earlier. His compassion.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to say that.
Something that you don't like about Wayne Anthony.
It could probably become him being a pushover in some areas.
Okay. Are you similar to Wayne Anthony in any way? Yeah. Get ready, Orlando.
I can't say I am. I can't say I am. No.
Okay. Orlando, how are you like Wood? How are you not like Wood?
Not like him in the sense that he's a womanizer.
Okay.
And like him in a few ways, to where he wants to be accepted.
Yeah. I think that's what drives him. I think that's what drives him. I'm not scared to bring it up here because I really want everyone to know in our final couple of minutes that there's a story for everyone. So can we talk about what children who have been given away? Wait, did you see the comment in the section, Orlando? Carolyn Colquitt, music director, said, "That's a loaded question for Wood." We apologize. Listen, Carolyn, he kept it clean. He kept it clean. Let's talk about adoption. And there's a line that you have, Orlando, that you deliver it the way that I heard it. And it's very similar to when we were in rehearsal in Texas and Dominique did this one action. And I was just like, that's even better than what I could have imagined. Can you talk to people who will come and they were given up for adoption? What would you like them to know about the story?
Without giving away too much, and I could go ahead and use a similar situation where I discovered that I had a son that was, and I discovered that about 3 years ago. It was a girl I dated and said that the kid was not for me and everything. And so when I talked to him, I was kind of like very aggressive. I was like, "Why do you want to meet me? I haven't seen you in 26 years, and why you want to talk to me and stuff." And he said that I just want to know who I am and where I came from, and why do I do the things that I do. And boy, did that hit home, And so, to this day, we're like, growing with our relationship and everything. But for people that were adopted, and I could understand some of the pain that they had from the parent giving them up, whether it be for a better situation or they just can't handle it. There's several different reasons why those things happen. But the way my son said it, he wants to know where he came from, and why is he doing the things that he do. And I can only imagine, like, for myself, I just want to know and get to know my brother Delson, because I see him, so I want to meet him and become a part of his life, so I can maybe sense of like where I came from. But meanwhile, Delson's dealing with a whole bunch of stuff on his own, so we're gonna have to get through our struggles so we can find a common answer on to where I came from. And then later on, he kind of explained just a little bit of stuff about like how he got his name, which and when he said it, I was just like, wow, so it made me think at that moment, like, that's me, that's my blood, I gotta be somewhat like you. So
I think what's interesting is at the end of one of our rehearsals, and then I'm going to close, Henry O. Lovett, who plays, I always want to call him Uncle Jesse because in my family they call him Uncle Blue, who's Jesse Lee. He said that Wood has 47 years, 364 days, and 47 hours of Who Am I? And so by you just disclosing that about your son, you have expanded me as a writer. It may not even be about adoption. The real question may be, who am I? And how do I fit in this system? So, hey, everyone, I would love to stay on. I'm not sure if you can hear, but I'm still at work and they're getting ready to shut these lights out. So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Dominique Hunter, and you will see him as Wayne Anthony and Yahal, and possibly Delson. And I want to say thank you to Orlando Eric Street, who plays Wood, who almost just gave away his secret. So I might have to blurt out some stuff later on. So here's the question. What's your hope for the audience? Dominique, what's your hope for the audience?
Be open-minded. Be honest. You know, this production is going to touch on a lot of different things, and I think a lot of people are going to be able to relate to the story that it tells. But I think the only way that you can really face or come in contact with your healing is that you be real with you and be real about what it is that you're dealing with, so that you can get that healing that you're looking for.
All right. His new name in the company, Miranda, is Pastor. Thank you, Pastor, for that. And Orlando Eric Street, what's your hope for the audience?
I hope that they just open themselves up to be free to accept all the messages that's going to be given to them. And the messages, like there's so many of them. So if they allow themselves to open up, I believe, you know, you're going to leave questioning some things that you're currently doing in your life situation, what you could have done in the past, what you're going to do in the future. So if you just open up, you know, and let yourself be free to it, I think it's going to help.
All right. So I can't wait to see y'all in April. And I got a call from Callie, Tamika this morning saying, and so when are we rehearsing in May? I was like, you do realize that my actor's in 5 different states. So be on the lookout for an email of us needing to bring you all in May as well. Thank you, fellas. And I'll see you at the next rehearsal. Thank you. So, hey, everyone. I just want to say thank you. This has been episode 2 of Meet the Cast of Pooled, a gospel musical drama. Our upcoming shows in Bowie, Maryland are June 10th through the 12th. So please visit bowiecenter.org and just buy tickets, buy, and come being what they said, come open to whatever God's going to do in your heart, and to have some missing pieces, I feel, be put back together. Lastly, I would like to ask that you would consider, I am the part of an amazing fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and my local chapter, Phi Lambda, we are raising money for the March of Dimes. And 2 years ago, I raised my goal was $1,010 because I was born at 10:10 at night. I raised $1,500. This year, I've doubled it, and I've got less than 30 days to meet that. So would you consider giving a donation? I just need $60 a day or 100 people to give $20 for me to reach my goal of 2020. So the link is there. Again, please consider giving, and we would like to thank you for joining us. Next week, we have another episode, and that one may be at 9 or 8. Stay tuned. Other than that, I am Moses T. Alexander Green, playwright of Pooled, a gospel musical drama, and artistic director of Libima Hart Productions. Everyone, have a great night.